Welcome to Conversations Live. For more than a decade, we've brought you the best in books, entertainment, celebrity interviews, and current events. When the movers and shakers of the world have something to say to you, they say it to us first. Now celebrating 17 years of broadcasting success, here's your host, Cyrus Webb.
And welcome back, everyone, to Conversations Live. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again, both for our radio audience here in your community station at WYAD 94.1 FM. We welcome you all to our program. Also, those tuning in online around the world, thanks to our friends at WYADonline.com, as well as to our friends at iHeartRadio and Spotify. We're glad you all could be with us as well. We are continuing our passion and our love of education by speaking with Dr. Ken-Barron today. He's the Superintendent for Yazoo-County-School-District. We'll talk to Dr. Barron not only about his own love of education, but now what it's like for him to look at the accomplishments they've been able to do in Yazoo County. Of course, let you guys know he's been addressing the challenges of 2020, but also looking forward, what he's looking forward to into the new year. Dr. Barron, thank you so much for the time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, glad to do it. So, this has been quite the year for all of us, but I want to start off by talking about the bright spots here. I mean, you and I were just talking before we went on here. What has it been like for you to be able to see how you all have been able to rise above the challenges this year?
Well, it's been very rewarding. Our community has really pulled together. Our teachers and our school level administration, in spite of all the challenges, have really reached out. There's been a renewed effort, I would say, a digging in. We're working even harder. And I think what this pandemic has shown people in Yazoo County, but across the state and the country, is we can do things a little differently. We can think on our feet and get outside the box and still provide educational services to all of our children. And it's been a very rewarding experience in spite of the challenges.
Yeah. Well, I know you've had a passion for education, Dr. Barron, even before coming to Yazoo County. I know your work you've been able to do with other school districts, namely the Neshoba County School District. Have you always known that education was an area that you were passionate about?
Yes, sir. It was when I was in school, I was a ball player, and of course, like a lot of guys, I decided I wanted to get into teaching and coaching, and I didn't understand as a kid what that would entail. I knew it would keep me connected with the sports that I loved, but as I got into it, I realized the effect that I could have helping the next generation. So I went to I started off at Southern Mississippi, University of Southern Mississippi. I spent a couple of years there, and then I've transferred to William Carey to finish my degree. Got out as a social studies teacher, as many coaches do, and entered the field. And it's always been so incredibly rich and rewarding to see the success stories and to know that there's something positive happening in these kids' lives, because a lot of kids have a lot working against them. The deck is stacked against a lot of our kids in this state, and I've really enjoyed being able to help and do things to help out.
Yeah. Dr. Barron, there's a quote that's attributed to you going back to 2018 when the Yazoo Herald interviewed you when you were first coming to Yazoo County School District. You said in the quote that they have for you, working together, we can provide expanded opportunities for our students and then our educators. Is that, do you think, the key, as you've been able to, in your tenure so far and moving forward, the importance of working together, not only, of course, with the educators, but also with the community?
That is exactly right. One of the things, and I go back to sports so much because it is such a key part of my life for so long. Kids in Mississippi and kids all over the country participate in sports and extracurricular activities, and they draw you, that they give you skills that you can use throughout life. And one of the main things that I've taken from my sports background is team building. And you have to reach across and build those teams, build those connections. One of the main things that we've done in the first 2 years that I've been in Yazoo County was a strategic plan. And what we did was, the state of Mississippi, the Mississippi Department of Education requires each district to have a strategic plan. But many districts, when they create those, they don't really truly drill down and make a true community strategic plan. What we did was we invited some pastors, we invited some business leaders, a couple of our county supervisors. We had students participate in this, and that was something that the team that did it, that helped us with it, said they had not seen too many places before. But we had our own students help create this strategic plan, and we came up with 4 main goals, 4 main areas that we were going to address in Yazoo County. And that's been the focal point, even through this pandemic. That has been the focal point. And we actually just updated our board on the progress of that plan at the last board meeting in December. And going forward, it's going to continue. We're going to revisit it this spring and continue the updates with our community. And it is truly a community school, community-based school.
Well, you even in your letter, I think, to the student body and really to all of us, Dr. Barron, even on the Yazoo County website, one of the things I was struck with was that message, that theme of togetherness, that you're not in this by yourself, even though you address the fact that we do face those challenges. What is it like for you to hear from the students, how much they appreciate that leadership from the top? Because it really does make a difference.
Well, it's the whole world. I mean, it's everything. It's when you really do this, when you're really in education for the reasons you should be, seeing the success of students, knowing that their lives are going to be better, they're going to have better opportunities, that they're going to move on to great things. I mean, we've got some phenomenal young people in Yazoo County that are going on and making real differences in this world. Because of their families, but also because of the community, the Yazoo-County-School-District, the teachers, the coaches, the principals. That group of people are affecting such impactful changes on people's lives through the lives of their students that are going out into this world, and they're going to be here long after we're gone. That's kind of my thing. People try to do something in this world that lasts past their time on this earth. But that's the thing. We're doing things with kids, and they're going to affect the changes. They're going to affect things on this earth past my lifetime and into their children's lifetime, into their grandchildren's lifetime, and that's just that enriches my life more than I can explain.
Yeah, you mentioned 5, I think, key things to overcoming those challenges. Again, in your letter on the website, Dr. Barron, and I made a note of this because I wanted to bring it up for sure. You mentioned hard work. You mentioned strength, dedication, faith, and an innate drive to achieve greater successes. I want to talk to you about faith. How has that kind of helped you, even in the challenging times? Not only, of course, in what you've been able to do in your role as superintendent, but just in life as you've gone from one challenge to the other.
Well, my faith is, I grew up. My parents, backing up to the beginning. My parents were very young. They are not they're not the typical success story. They had reasons to fail, as a lot of kids do, at that age. But my mother told me the story when I was a baby, or when I was a young man. She told me that when I was a baby, I was probably a week to a week and a half old. My dad picked me up out of the crib, and he looked at my mom and said, "I'm taking him, and we're going to church. And you can come along if you want to." And so it was just a thing from that point on that we were at church every Sunday, every time the doors opened. I grew up at a little rural church. Everybody knew everybody. Half of us were related. But it gave me a foundation of faith in the Lord, and He has. The thing to me is, the thing that I've taken away from that is, you have to genuinely care. I tell my son all the time, if you care about me, you care about the people I love. You cannot hurt the people I love and love me. And that's the thing that I find it's such a driving force with me. Every human being was created by God. My belief is every human being was created by God, and if I don't care genuinely for you, I cannot care for your actions. I cannot care for, something you do, but I have to genuinely care about you personally. And that's the thing. That's what drives me every day, is I care about the people that I work with and that I serve, which are the children in the community of Yazoo County.
Yeah. Well, I know they appreciate that, Dr. Barron. So as we are kind of saying goodbye to 2020 and looking forward to 2021, what would you like our audience to know about what you're looking forward to and continuing your goals with the district?
Well, we're going to, what I'm hoping to do in 2021 and beyond is continue delivering instruction throughout various means. One of the things that we have managed to do through this pandemic is we offer an array of options. Students are virtual; they can learn virtually, off-site through technological means, or they can come on-site. And we've been able to stay open most of the time since we opened our doors. We've had two interruptions where we've had to go virtual, send the whole schools virtual. The one was for 2 days and one was for I believe 8 days. But we still have kids coming to school. For the majority of this time. What I want to continue to do is be flexible with how we provide instruction. We're going to provide the highest level of instruction we possibly can. We want students prepared to walk out into the world, move into college, career, whatever their future holds. We want them to be ready, and we're going to commit to doing that. But we're also going to continue to try to find ways to be as flexible in delivering that instruction to our students as we can.
So I can't let you leave here, Dr. Barron, without talking about what we can do, because I think, as you have, been there for the students, of course, I always believe it is the community's responsibility to reach back. So what can we and what can our audience do to be able to help out in your being able to meet your goals when it comes to the students?
Support our kids. One of the things I ask, I belong to the Lions Club, the Rotary Club that we discussed a couple of weeks ago. Be supportive of our students. Give them encouraging words. Remind them when you see them that a high school diploma, it's a challenge to finish those 13 years of education, but they're worth it. Yeah. Be supportive of them, because kids are facing things. It boggles my mind what my children are growing up in this world with all the exposure to technology and all the things that they face. A lot of there's fear at every turn. We're in a pandemic. I mean, everybody, the health of everybody is so scary right now, and it is scary. There are scary times, but also, we still have. The same Lord that has taken care of us up to this point is still there. He's still taking care of us. Be supportive of the kids. One thing that I do try to instill in everybody, too, is we have responsibilities. As an American, I have rights, but I have responsibilities as well, and those responsibilities cannot be forgotten or ignored, and our children need to understand that they have responsibilities to work, to study, and to care for their fellow man. So those interactions with students, and you never know, and I go back to this too, this is something I've seen in the past many, many times, you never know how much that one kind word, that one handshake, that one smile, holding the door open for somebody, you never know what that's going to do for that person's life. It may change the direction of their whole day or their whole life. So just that act of kindness. So the community, we appreciate the support of our students, and I will say for our teachers and administrators, because they are working exceptionally hard. Our teachers are giving it 1,000%. Our administrators to support our teachers and our teacher assistants, and I'd be remiss not to say our cafeteria staff, our bus drivers, our custodial staff. We have all these people that are working so hard to take care of our kids, keep them safe, and provide that educational opportunity. That they are really, really, anybody you can just say, thank you or I appreciate you too. That is so important right now.
Such a good point. Dr. Barron, I want to end again with your own words, again, coming from the Yazoo County School District website. You said this, and I think this is such a great message and reminder for all of us. Each day throughout this year, focus on the growth, on the positive, on the hope. Look to your left and right to those shoulder to shoulder with you on the team and know that we are here holding that line. I think that is such an important thing to remind the students as well as the faculty, the staff, and the community to know that we're all in this together, and that's how we can be able to succeed. Again, everyone, Dr. Ken-Barron has been our guest, the Superintendent for Yazoo County School District. We've been talking with him not only about the year that's been 2020, their successes, but also his mission moving forward as well. Dr. Barron, of course, in the school district can be reached at yazoo.k12.ms.us. So make sure you guys do visit the site at yazoo.k12.ms.us. Make sure you all do that. Dr. Barron, really do appreciate you stopping by the program today and looking forward to having you back on again.
Thank you, sir. I look forward to it.
All right, and we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Conversations Live. Until next time, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Live. Let's make today amazing. Take care.